Welcome, travelers, to Italy's sunny, pasta-filled paradise. Before you rush to toss a coin in the Trevi Fountain or snap that iconic photo at Pisa, let's dive into something less Instagrammable, the laws and rules. Breaking them could cost you more fines than your entire vacation. Or worse, land you in an Italian jail, facing pasta without sauce and parmesan for every meal. Think twice as a tourist. These laws are no small matter. Swimming at the Trevi Fountain. Look at this tourist diving into the Trevi Fountain to cheers, like he is the star of his own Italian film, leaping from the 17th century marvel into its crystal waters. But the scene quickly switched from dreamy to nightmare. A €450 fine and a stern lesson from Rome about respecting its historic gems. Are you thinking of a swim in Venice's canals or a chill session on the Spanish Steps in Rome? You should hit pause on that plan. Such escapades can hit your wallet hard with fines, or worse, slap you with a DASPO, banning you temporarily from these iconic spots. And it's not all about the allure of water or the perfect photo op. These acts are seriously frowned upon, landing 40 people with more than just a slap on the wrist in 1 year alone, all thanks to the strict DASPO laws. Fancy a snack or a sip on those ancient steps? Brace yourself for a €500 bite out of your budget. And as for channeling your inner mermaid or merman in any Roman fountain, think twice. That dip could cost you as much as it did our Trevi Fountain thrill seeker. Despite the strict rules and occasional tourist missteps, Italy's fountains continue to enchant visitors with the magical tradition of making a wish. These historical treasures collect approximately €3,500 daily, a testament to hope and generosity, as the funds are dedicated to various charitable causes. Venice must be treated with respect, and impolite people who come here and think they can do what they want must understand that, thanks to the local police, they can be stopped, fined, and sent away. The city's mayor, Luigi Brugnato, said. The city explains that these laws were implemented to assist its 55,000 residents in managing their 30 million annual visitors. Don't eat on the streets of any city's historic centers or famous sites. Get ready for a quirky twist on Florence's eating scene. It's not where you eat, but where you shouldn't. Munching on a slice of pizza as you stroll through Florence's cobblestone streets, only to be fined between €150 and €500. Florence has put its foot down on the street, eating during the prime munching hours of 12 to 3 p.m. and 6:10 p.m. Florence's mayor, Dario Nardella, insists it's all about love, not punishment. He's like that friend who tells you to wipe your feet before coming in, saying, behave like you would at home, and we're all good. Don't buy counterfeit goods from illegal vendors. Stroll through Italy's lively markets, and you're in a wonderland of sights and sounds, with tempting designer deals at every corner. But hold that thought before you snag what looks like a steal. Italy is rolling up its sleeves against counterfeit goods, hitting those caught with fake buys and fined up to €7,000. Why such a hefty slap on the wrist? It's all part of Italy's grand plan to keep its iconic brands and the charm of its markets genuine, safeguarding the essence of Italian shopping. The battle's heating up, with over 10,000 vendors arrested and millions in fake merchandise seized or trashed. The government is targeting shady vendors and unsuspecting shoppers. Don't use a hammock. Were you dreaming of swaying in a hammock under the Italian sun? It's the picture-perfect scene of relaxation. But hold that thought before you tie your hammock between two olive trees. Such an idyllic setup in Italy could lead to a not-so-peaceful €300 fine. This rule is in place to protect the precious Italian flora. The pressure from hammock ropes can damage tree bark, which is crucial for safeguarding trees against diseases and pests. Italy is serious about preserving its natural and historical beauty, and these regulations reflect a broader commitment to environmental conservation. So, as you plan your Italian getaway, remember to enjoy the dolce vita responsibly. Embrace alternatives that keep Italy's landscapes as picturesque and pristine as they are meant to be. Don't break the dress code. Imagine you're soaking up the Italian sun, gelato in hand, ready to explore the Amalfi Coast cobblestone streets or the breathtaking Cinque Terre paths. There's a twist to this Italian summer saga. Gone are the days of roaming these scenic spots in just your swimsuit or navigating steep trails in flip-flops. The Amalfi Coast is banning beachwear tourists from wandering through town, and getting caught could cost you a few €100. They're all for you enjoying the sun, but let's keep the swimwear for the beach. Let's trek up to Cinque Terre, where the cliffs and views are stunning, but the trails are no joke. Flip-flops are the villains of the story. The local heroes, aka authorities, are on a mission with fines from €50 up to €500 to save tourists from themselves and their choice of footwear. It's for your safety, ensuring your holiday doesn't become an unexpected adventure rescue. And don't even think about strutting through Sorrento shirtless or in your bikini. The town's mayor isn't playing around, issuing a stylish €500 fine for those forgetting their tops or pants. It's their way of saying, let's keep it classy, not sassy. Building sandcastles on the beach in Italy. Imagine you're on the sun-drenched beaches near Venice, in Eraclea, ready to channel your inner architect and build the ultimate sandcastle. But hold that shovel. In this slice of Italian paradise, creating your sandy masterpiece could cost you up to 250 euros. Yep, you heard that right. In Eraclea, those innocent sandcastles are seen as more than just fun and games. They're considered obstacles that could block the way. They're all about keeping the beaches clear for everyone to enjoy, and more importantly, ensuring nothing hinders access in emergencies. So, while slapping a fine on sandcastle construction sounds strict, it's all part of their effort to maintain a safe and clean beach environment for everyone. Before you get too bummed out, remember Italy's beaches offer a whole world of other joys and activities that are just as fun and fine-free. And let's stay on the beach. The next no-no is taking sand from Italy's beaches as a souvenir back home. Scooping up sand from those stunning Italian beaches is a harmless souvenir, right? Wrong. Italy takes its natural treasures seriously, including the pristine sand from its world-famous coastlines. Here's the scoop. If you get caught pocketing sand, pebbles, or shells, you're not just facing a slap on the wrist. We're talking about fines that can hit anywhere from 500 to 3,000 euros, and sometimes it could even land you in prison for 1 to 6 years. Taking sand can get you a holiday behind bars, extending your Italian getaway in a way you didn't plan for. Back in 2019, French tourists, probably thinking they'd found the perfect, albeit hefty, souvenir, were busted with 40 kg, that's 90 pounds, of Sardinia's Chia Beach sand in their car. 14 plastic bottles filled with sand, hidden away as if they were smuggling gold. But here's the twist. That sand might as well be gold in Italy. Caught by the border police, these tourists found themselves facing a possible 6-year vacation extension in an Italian prison, not precisely the souvenir they had in mind. This strict stance is Italy's way of saying, our beaches are not just beautiful, they're sacred. Especially in places like Sardinia, where the beaches are practically out of a dream, the law is crystal clear. Admire, don't take. It's all about preserving the natural beauty for everyone today and in the future. Flying a drone in Italy. Are you heading to Italy with a drone in your backpack? Ready to snag those breathtaking views from above? Cool, but there's a bit of homework to do first. Italy has some rules to fly by, all overseen by ENAC, the boss of Italian skies. You've got to get yourself registered with them first, scoring an operator registration number that's got to stick with your drone like a backstage pass. And hey, don't forget about insurance. Your drone needs a safety net that covers up to €1 million, just in case things go wrong. Now, brace yourself for taking your drone on a rogue adventure through no-fly zones or bending the rules. If you get caught, you could be fined anywhere from 516 euros to a whopping 64,000 euros. And in really bad scenarios, your beloved drone could be confiscated. Or worse, you could end up in a legal pickle, possibly even behind bars. So, keep it smooth and stick to the playbook, and your drone flying days in Italy will be epic. Red zones. In Portofino's picturesque cobblestone main square, a new regulation introduced in April 2023 aims to curb overcrowding and maintain the area's enchanting ambiance. Visitors should remember designated red zones, where lingering too long is discouraged. Signs delineate these restricted areas, guiding tourists on where to roam freely and where to limit their stay. This regulation is in effect from morning until 6 p.m. The measure ensures that everyone can enjoy Portofino's beauty and charm without the drawbacks of excessive crowding, which can detract from the experience. The local authorities have decided that individuals who spend excessive time in these red zones, ignoring the guidelines, may be fined up to 275 euros. The primary aim behind imposing these fines is not penalizing visitors, but encouraging more fluid movement within the area, allowing for a better distribution of tourists throughout the day. Don't damage any historical site or monument of cultural importance. Rome, a sunny day in June, and a British tourist decides to leave a permanent reminder of his visit. Ivan Poslest Haley, 23, etched into the walls of the Colosseum. This 2,000-year-old marvel, a witness to centuries of history, became the backdrop for modern-day vandalism that quickly ignited a firestorm of outrage worldwide. Ivan Dimitrov, caught in the act, later penned an apology to Rome's mayor, claiming ignorance of the site's profound historical and cultural importance. Yet, he now faces the possibility of a hefty 15,000 euro fine or up to 5 years in prison. We are in demand for respect and care for Italy's historical treasures. Each carved initial, each thoughtless act, doesn't just damage stone, It wounds the heart of a culture that's been centuries in the making. Engaging in activities like swimming in Venice's canals. Swimming in Venice's canals might sound like a quirky way to experience the city, but it's a big no-no. Not only are these waterways UNESCO protected for their historical significance, but they also double as part of Venice's sewer system. Despite obvious reasons to stay dry, we saw 47 adventurous or misguided souls taking the plunge last year. This includes a bold duo of Americans who decided to skinny dip right by the 14th century arsenale, and a pair of Australians who thought surfing down the Grand Canal was a good idea. The surfing escapade didn't end well for the Australians, hitting their wallets with a €1,500 fine each. To add insult to injury, their surfboards, worth about €25,000, were confiscated. But the consequences didn't stop there. They also faced legal action for tarnishing the city's image, as put by the mayor. And for those thinking of going a step further by skinny dipping, think again. Such obscene acts could lighten your bank account by around €3,000 in fines. Respect siesta time. Siesta time in Italy. That magical pause between 1 to 3 p.m. when the streets quiet down and the pace of life gently slows. It's like the country hits the snooze button, inviting everyone to kick back and savor a moment of peace. This isn't just a casual break. It's a deeply rooted tradition that balances the day's hustle with a well-deserved interlude of rest. But here's a fun fact. Disrupting this tranquil time with noise isn't just frowned upon. It could lighten your wallet by up to €450. Italy is serious about its siesta, enforcing the quiet with fines for those who dare disturb the peace. So, if you wander through Italy's charming streets during these hours, remember it's time to lower the volume and soak in the serenity. It's a perfect moment to enjoy a leisurely lunch, dive into a book, or bask in the sun, letting the world slow down. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour through Italy's unique blend of laws and traditions, designed to keep the country's beauty and your experience as enchanting as possible. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel insights and tips.